good afternoon, good day, good morning, wherever you guys are today. It is Tuesday, the day after Indigenous People Day / Columbus Day, is what we knew it as in the past. However, I don't want to talk about that today. However, because I got an interesting theory for you. Today's video is what I think would happen, kind of a what if Jar Jar Binks did not give Palpatine emergency powers? Like, what if Jar Jar decided, you know what, I don't trust this Palpatine, I'm not gonna give him emergency powers. We all know how stupid Jar Jar Binks was in giving Palpatine emergency powers in canon timeline. Now, what would cause Jar Jar Binks to decide, you know what? I'm not going to give Palpatine emergency powers. Let's look at the scenario as it plays out normally in Attack of the Clones. Normally, in Attack of the Clones, right, the senators learn of Dooku's plan from Obi-Wan to attack the Republic, basically. Which is understandable to why Jar Jar would want to give Palpatine the emergency powers, because the Republic's about to be attacked by the Separatists. Well, I think what would cause Jar Jar to deny Palpatine powers, the only way I could see Jar Jar denying Palpatine the emergency powers is if Jar Jar suddenly came to his senses and realized that he cannot trust Palpatine. Because I don't know what would cause Jar Jar to not trust Palpatine, because it's kind of, when you're watching, it's kind of hard to not trust Palpatine. The only people at this point that don't trust Palpatine is the audience, because we know who Palpatine is, especially if we read the novelization of Return of the Jedi prior to the prequels. If you haven't, then you're kind of like Jar Jar in a way. So, anyway, so it's kind of hard to not trust Palpatine in this point, because Palpatine at this point in the series has not really shown his true colors yet. So, let's say, for some way of miracle, Jar Jar denies Palpatine the emergency powers. I think this would really put a dent in Palpatine's plans. He really needs those emergency powers so that he can start this clone war in order to orchestrate the Republic. He really needs to start this clone war, because if he can't start the Clone Wars, then he can't execute Order 66, because he needs the Clone Wars to then order the clone army to then execute Order 66. But if you don't get emergency powers, then you cannot create this army, you cannot start the Clone Wars, and you cannot then, therefore you cannot order the clones and have the clones be there for when you call Order 66. So, I don't know exactly what Palpatine would do, because he can't stop the war, he can't have the clones, and he can't execute Order 66. Those three things can't happen if Jar Jar does not if Jar Jar doesn't give Palpatine emergency powers. Those three things cannot happen. So, what does Palpatine do? Does he kill Jar Jar? I don't think so. I don't think he kills Jar Jar because even though he wants to kill Jar Jar at this point, because he didn't give him the emergency powers, he can't kill Jar Jar because he cannot kill Jar Jar because if he kills Jar Jar in front of the whole Senate, people are going to automatically know that he's a Sith Lord, and then he's going to get arrested. So, I don't know what Palpatine would do at this point if Jar Jar doesn't give him the emergency powers. I mean, does he hire... I mean, Jango Fett is still alive. Does he hire Jango Fett to kill Jar Jar, and then he blames the death of Jar Jar on the Separatist? Is allowing him to then start the war, and then he takes over from there? Or does he take another route where he just has the Separatists right on kill Jar Jar? This is tough because there's a lot of ways this story can go, because now that Jar Jar's not giving Palpatine emergency powers, now Palpatine has to be creative and figure out another way to get these emergency powers, because he's not getting them from Jar Jar. That's all I got, really. Let me know what you think. Let me know if Palpatine still manages to get the emergency powers somehow. I mean, I'm stuck here because I think, really, Jar Jar Binks it's like George Lucas said, Jar Jar is the key to all this. But if Jar Jar Binks doesn't give Palpatine the emergency powers that he needs to start the war, what does Palpatine do? Because now that Palpatine can't start the war because Jar Jar doesn't have the emergency powers, and that Jar Jar Binks didn't give him the emergency powers, so he can't, not only can he not start the war, but he can't create the army, and he can't order the troops, which means he can't have the clones available to execute Order 66. What does he do at this point? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Be sure to leave a like. I'm pretty sure that Palpatine would be stuck at this point. But let me know what you guys think. I for one think Palpatine would be in a pickle. Let me know what you guys think again in the comment section down below. Be sure to like the videos if you like the video. Share this video with your friends and family. If you share it with your family. Let me know what you think would happen if Jar Jar did not give Palpatine the emergency powers. And let me know in the comment sections down below. I'll catch you all later. Bye.